Hey, it's Tom from WPWithTom.com, and in this video, I'm going to go over a Fiverr website that I got for just $100. So let's dive into the review now. All right, so for those of you that don't know, this is Fiverr.com, and you can buy and sell services on Fiverr. And actually, on Fiverr, there used to be everything was $5, and then over time, they've changed things and they've expanded their marketplace. They even have pro services now where they offer all kinds of things for very high quality services. At least that's what they're supposed to be. And here, I decided to get a website for $100. Now, in full transparency, I did this after watching some other YouTubers in the WordPress community cover what this kind of site was going for on Fiverr, and I was blown away by this one. I really was shocked at how good of a site I got for $100, but I'm going to get into that as we go through this a little bit more. Now, from what I saw in some of these other videos where people talk about Fiverr and what they got for $100 or $400 or whatever they paid for their website, the experiences have been very mixed. And I've experienced that over the years as well. Like when you get some services on here, they're completely awful, but other ones are just awesome and well worth the money. And I would say the majority of the time, the good outweighs the bad from my experience. But sometimes you have to sift through things and find reliable, good people. And that's how it is with any marketplace or anything like freelance or Upwork or anything like that. So that's just kind of how it goes in this entrepreneurial world or this landscape. And I wanted to just get that out of the way before I dive into this one because I know they're not all created equally. So right here, this is an example, and I'm going to actually link to this guy's profile because I think he did a really good job in the description, just in case you're wondering and you want to check it out for yourself. So he made this website for me for $100, and he has three different ones here, and it has different delivery times and amounts of pages and things like that. So he made this one for me for $100, and I was really happy with the work. Now, there's all different ones on here. You can get people to do websites for cheaper or more expensive, but in all honesty, I think this is kind of a sweet spot type range that you're going to get some pretty good sites at $100 to $300 in those ranges. So this guy was actually able to make some edits on my site that I initially didn't ask for, and he did that in the revisions. Down here, you can see that he says revisions unlimited here for the plans. So he was able to do that for me, and it really helped me out to get a pretty good looking website that I'm now going to be able to show to a client. I really did this to be able to show a client of mine something that I thought they might like on this basically a test website, and then I can edit it to their liking. So he's almost just taking out a lot of the work for me that I would have to do up front, and then I can edit and tweak it to the client's liking in the future. So it really helps me with someone who runs an agency on the side. I don't do it full time, but I do make websites for other people on the side, and it really helps me be able to just make the small tweaks to the website that I need to when he already puts up all this work up front to give them something that will look good. And to do it for $100 where I don't have to spend that time putting it in myself, it really pays off in my opinion. So without further ado, let's dive into what the website actually looks like on this temp site here. And if we go over, here it is, it's woofs and purrs, and I can definitely tell this has been based off a template, but he edited this template pretty well to the liking of what the client wants. And he's given me a lot of things that I can just show them and really get the point across of what kind of quality website that they're going to get. So for me, $100 is almost like a drop in the bucket for what I'm being paid to make this website. And I kind of feel bad saying that publicly, but at the same time, I think there's many designers out there who are doing this. And if you're just doing it to show your client what they can potentially get and kind of open their eyes to what's possible and then make the changes that they really want, I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. Now, you might disagree, and I totally get it. Not everyone agrees on this kind of thing. And I'm just going to be transparent with you. I think that the client doesn't really care how the website gets made. They just want what they want in the end of the day. They want their product to look the way they want, and they want a perfect website for them. They want it to be a representation of their business. So I feel like, in a way, it doesn't really matter how it's getting there and how it's being all pieced together. As long as they get the product that they want in the end, they're going to be happy with it. So let me just refresh the homepage here, and then you'll be able to see some of the tiny animation that's involved in this just to get the full effect. So if we scroll down through here, we can see that this is going to slide up in here with this phone. And we can keep going and see all the images here. It's a really nice laid out site. I do think it's definitely based on a template though, as I mentioned. If we go up here, we can click on who we are, and we're going to be brought to the next page here. Very nice looking site overall. I like this image here a lot with these kind of outlines scraped off across it or around it, maybe almost like brushed away. It's a pretty cool look. And if we go to the next page up here, something I might actually add is a way to just navigate right to the top, like scroll to top type button there. I think would be helpful. And if we go to services here, we can go through this page. I'm just giving you an idea of what I got for $100, and I feel like it's pretty darn good. Frequently asked questions, I'll have to change the text to my client's liking, but that's totally fine. We're going to go back and forth off that, and that goes for a lot of these sections. I'm going to have to change the text for my client's needs. And if we go to get in touch here, we can see that it has a contact form with some fake information on it as well, as far as the address and things like that go. So this really gives us a good idea of what you can get for $100. There's also this download our app button. I'm pretty sure that comes with a template. I might want to remove that. I'm not sure what their status is with an app, but I don't think they have an app because they didn't really have a good web presence before they came to me and talked to me about this site in the first place. So I really just kind of wanted to show you what you can get. I think this guy did a great job again, considering it's only $100, and a lot of people out there are charging $1,000, $2,000 for these projects. And there's people on Fiverr that will make these great looking sites, or at least get you up with this template and make edits that you want for an affordable price. So in a recent video I made, I had a bunch of people asking me if they thought it was possible to make money on Fiverr with templates or starter sites, and I honestly think you can. I think you can make $50 a pop doing stuff like this, or maybe 100 plus when you're making edits to it. Now he went a little above and beyond, I think, from the average template, because I know he made some customization changes for me. So I can't imagine that they're all going to turn out this good. That's part of why I want to recommend his services publicly here. And I just think that you have to go through Fiverr and really find what works for you and talk to some of these people, see their profiles. Now, I will say from my previous experience that sometimes people do fake work that they've done. So I would try to verify that the work was actually done by them when they show you these kind of websites. A lot of people, if you ask them for a portfolio, they might not show you anything, or they might show you a portfolio that looks like complete junk to what they're displaying on their actual profile. So if we go up here, you can see that he has a website like this. He has some other ones. You want to look at this and see what people are saying. So some of these have feedback from other customers that have actually ordered from him. So you're going to be able to see that. You're going to be able to see what kind of star ratings they get for the work that they've done. And you're going to be able to learn more about what kind of work this person is really delivering, and try to figure that out before you actually spend the money. Now, I will say, if you're not in a rush, you can spend the money, and you do have almost like a refund guarantee period that you would have to go through with Fiverr. If you're not happy with the work, you don't necessarily have to pay for it, but it can be a bit of a hassle to get refunded with Fiverr. So that's part of why I'm recommending this guy, because he had really good communication throughout the process, and he also has very good ratings overall. I think he has a 5.0 with hundreds of ratings overall for his score. So again, I just wanted to kind of wrap this one up and just say, if you're looking for a pretty nice website, something like this to get started on, I think this would be a great website for most businesses out there if they can just edit the text and put their own text for it. That might be something that you do and offer as a service to people, and it takes a lot of the work off your hands while still being able to have that cash flow coming in regularly from your website or from your web design business that you have when you have a site like this. So I really hope that you enjoyed this Fiverr website video and like seeing what kind of website I got for $100. Now be sure to subscribe to my channel for more WordPress videos and content coming out. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming out in the upcoming months, and I really hope that you consider subscribing. And I also have a Facebook group that's a private WordPress Facebook group that you can find through my website, wpwithtom.com, if you're interested. So again, I hope that you found this Fiverr website video to be helpful, and that you've got a good idea of what kind of website you can get for $100 on Fiverr. Please consider subscribing for more WordPress content, and thanks again for taking the time to view this video. Have a good one.